bring in Fox Business host Larry Kudlow because this is a decision that does have far-reaching implications, not just for government, but for businesses and for consumers. And let's get your take on what this decision means, 6-3 ruling against the Biden administration.
Dana, this is a massive decision. It essentially repeals the Chevron decision back in the middle 90s, which simply said if Congress is ambiguous in its law, we will defer to the federal regulatory agencies who will then decide. They'll make their own laws, they'll make their own rules. I think the now new balance has been struck. By the way, John Roberts has always been very good on these economic regulatory issues, so it's a 6-3 decision. But it basically says you want to have the kind of carbon policies, carbon emissions policies, then you need to clarify it and get a congressional law, which, by the way, I don't think they could. This is about how you measure clean air, and it also is about how many times you measure the same air, which is what the Obamas wanted and what the Biden crowd is wanting to do, measure it many times. There's also a federal versus state issue here, federalism. It's essentially saying, I'll have to read the decision, obviously, but I think it's going to say that the states and the individual power plants will be the ones to take action, that you can't have a one-size-fits-all. The Trump administration rolled back Obama's power plan and cut it back, said put it into the states, stop measuring matters, the clean air 2 and 3 times. Now, this will affect, Dana, this affects all of the climate change policies of the Obama administration. It affects all of the Green New Deal. But also, and I got to read this thing, it may affect more generally, it may curb the power of the regulatory agencies, the so-called administrative law agencies. So this is absolutely huge.
Quick follow-up? Larry, quick follow-up question for you. This is Jillian. I want to make sure I'm understanding you right. We got this in from the minority side, the dissent, written by Justice Kagan. She says, whatever else this court may know about, it does not have a clue about how to address climate change. And she goes on to say, in this instance, the court appoints itself instead of Congress or the expert agency. That would be the FDA you were just talking about, the decision maker on climate policy. What's your reaction to that?
No, it would be the EPA, not the FDA. But
oh, I'm sorry, the EPA.
Look,
sorry, my brain is scrambled eggs of acronyms this morning.
Okay, so look at Kagan is wrong here. The court is not saying. I mean, I just read what Dana's summary said, which makes a lot of sense to me. The court is not pretending to be the EPA. The court is ruling on a much larger question. Okay, the court is saying these so-called independent regulatory agencies, in this case it's the EPA, it could be the SEC, it could be the FCC, it could be the FTC, okay? They don't have authority to do basically whatever they want unless Congress passes legislation. And the thing is, Congress passed, if you go back to the Obama thing in the mid-90s, the Power Act, the Clean Power Act, CPP, it was, the law that passed was so ambiguous that it left it up to the radicals at the EPA. And the Trump administration came in. We did this at the National Economic Council, and we did it through our own EPA and the Energy Department. We said, wait a minute, you're not empowered to force us to do that. We're going to do a couple of things here. We're going to curb some of the metrics used to measure clean air. It shouldn't be 2 and 3 times measuring the same particle of air. Secondly, we're going to go power plant by power plant. And third, the ultimate jurisdiction here should be the states, okay, not the federal government. And finally, you got to pass a new law to stipulate this. And they're not saying what's right and what's wrong regarding the metrics or the outcome, whether you want net zero emissions. I don't think they're going to rule on that because they don't have any expertise, blah, blah, blah. What they're saying is Congress, not the independent agencies, should make a clear law, point number one. Point number two, this opens the door for federalism. You don't have to have one size fits all. Leave it to the states, and the states will deal with the individual power plants as they always had until this thing was put into place.